the movie Predator was originally going to have a different name, Stugotz.
What?
It was Hunter
No.
instead of Predator. Not like Hunter Pence, but like something that is
a
a
synonym.
It's like cinnamon. John McTiernan is the director, and he had, I don't even know. Thank you for joining us. He had a 4-year run.
Thank you.
Like the 4-year run you had, Die Hard, Hunt for Red October, and this movie. Like, give me another director that you looked at and said, that guy had, or that woman had the 4-year run I had.
Oh, I don't know. It seems like Steven Spielberg has managed to do it for about 40 years.
You're wrong. You're wrong, and you don't seem to understand.
3 consecutive movies. I'm telling you, there's never been a string of 3 consecutive movies better than yours.
You don't know what you're talking about. He didn't have that Star Wars nonsense didn't have Predator in it.
It's your bay. That's it.
That's it. That's the way that works.
I've never been interviewed by 8 guys before.
Yeah, but I bet you have, though, because you're an action movie guy, and we love your movies, and dudes love this kind of stuff that you partook in. So, among the 3, and I know this is always hard, but it's among the 3, did you say to yourself that you liked any one more than the others?
The one I liked was Thomas Crown. That was the one that was most fun to make.
So great.
Really?
But it's not a boys' adventure film. It's not as good. I understand. I got it.
I've told you before, but I've told Dan before, the scene where he is going through the museum at the end with all the hats and all that stuff, it is one of the most underrated scenes in the history of movie making.
It's art.
Yeah.
It's art.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just, that's not really a question.
We can talk about Die Hard or Predator. It's okay.
No, I want to talk about Predator and only Predator. You could get Die Hard up out of here, too, if you want. Like, Predator's what I want to talk about.
Die Hard at Ellis.
I know, it did have, okay, fine. Is Ellis from Die Hard the best supporting character in cinematic history?
Of course.
Do you have a favorite line from Predator, as so many of us do? No, I don't. No, not at all. Well, I've got some nominees for you.
What's yours?
Okay, we're going to give you some nominees. Here's one nominee. Anytime. Give me another one. Give me another one.
Do it.
Come on, kill me. I'm here. Come on.
You like that one. You like that one. How many other sounds for the Predator were in, how many other sounds like this one did you think of before you guys settled in on this is the most haunting jungle sound?
I don't know.
But you heard that, you're like, that's it.
That's
right?
it.
Yep. Probably.
They brought it to you, and you're like, yep, that sounds like the sound. You must have some amazing Jean-Claude Van Damme stories, right? Like, weren't you and him beefing? Did you fire him? Were you the one who fired him?
Oh, he got hired. It was a whole crazy agent thing, right? The agent hadn't read the script. He gets him into this thing, sends him down, has no idea that what he's been sent to is be the body inside a suit. So he gets there, gets put in this. They had the early version of the suit, which was all red, so they could put, so they could lay jungle over it. And they put him in this damn suit, and he was furious. And Joel Silver and I went to see him, and there was just this Belgian guy came stumbling across the ground, swearing in French. It really wasn't his fault. It was a goofy agent who didn't know what the job was.
Okay, but tell us more stories about his firing, because wasn't he kickboxing as the Predator?
He was attempting to, but he couldn't. The suit was too heavy. That suit weighed almost as much as he did.
That's tremendous. So if you were to go back at
we finally got a 7'6" guy to play it inside the suit, and we had these giant 200-foot-long bungee cords lifting him so he was lighter and he could run across the ground and stuff.
Is there anything on the cutting room floor from the handshake between Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger? Did you go the length you wanted to go, or did you cut 10 seconds out of it?
Oh no, I don't remember now. How could I remember now? Yeah, I know we stretched it. I know it was.
How long was it? How long was the handshake?
With that one.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
But how long? Was it just a quick, like, your standard handshake, or what was it?
No. We did that whole thing. They did that whole, arm wrestling thing.
How many takes? How many takes?
Not many at all.
I feel like they spent the entire movie doing that. We've talked to all these guys. Help me out with this, John, without betraying any confidences. Like Jesse Ventura, all these guys, they were using massive steroids on the set. Were they not? Like, I mean, they've all denied it, but it doesn't even make sense. Like, of course they were all on steroids, no?
If they were, sorry, they didn't discuss it with me. I don't think so.
All right, fair enough.
Jesse, are you kidding? Jesse is so square, he'd never do a thing like that.
Did you have any inkling whatsoever that you would produce not one but two United States governors from that movie?
No, didn't have any idea. I wish they'd both wind up in the Senate.
Did you find Sonny Landham, Billy, as crazy as we did when we talked to him?
Did you hear how he left?
How he left?
We had a bodyguard for Sonny. We had a bodyguard on him to keep him from hurting other people. We had to for the insurance company. Did you hear about that?
Wait a minute, what?
Wait, no.
More,
we had
please.
A bodyguard, a 6'6" tall Mexican guy who had to go everywhere with Sonny to keep him from hurting people. But what happened with Sonny was at 3 a.m, he decided to go out of his hotel room on a rope with, I don't know why, his underwear on his head. He rappelled down the face of the hotel and crashed through the room of this lovely 70-year-old couple from Pacoima or something. And it was a race to the airport to get him out of the country before the federales got to him to arrest him.
Wait a second. No, John, because, listen, we love the movie so much.
It sounds like Sonny. Hold on a second. We're going to tell you an amazing story because that sounds like the Sonny we know.
Yes. So years ago, we love the movie so much, John. Years ago, we were putting together an event. We're going to watch the movie at the theater. Sonny was flying down to Florida. I was going to pick Sonny up from the Fort Lauderdale airport by myself, and he was going to sleep over the entire weekend at my house with my wife.
Bad idea.
That's what I was going to ask you. Would I still be here today if I did that?
He was going to stay at your house.
Terrible idea. Oh my God.
No, well, we didn't know this.
We're going to have a sleepover.
We didn't know that we had underwear on the head, federales, and the scaling of. Do you have any other stories like that? Give me more Sonny Landham stories. If you don't know what we're talking about, 30 years ago in a movie that involved an alien, there was a guy who had a bit part, and he, ran a knife across his chest, and he just told everybody they were going to die. And he had like six minutes in the movie max.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, and he was creepy and haunting. But why did you need? I mean, it was a small part. Why did you need someone who was crazy?
Oh, come on. It's a movie. He looked good.
He looked great.
He did.
He did look great.
It was great on the way in. I mean, the bodyguard was sort of a hint. But, they didn't tell me. He wasn't advertised as crazy.
I'm going to put you on the spot here as the director of the Predator. The best mercenary, according to the director himself, in that movie was blank.
Oh, don't do that. No, I had no idea.
John.
I had no idea.
Come on, as a director.
No
as a director,
I think loads of different. I mean, I had great fun with. We invented all the guns, the weird guns, like the thing that shot grenades and all that stuff. So I was concentrating as much on costumes as how crazy the guys were.
I want to know what you can tell me that I don't know about Carl Weathers, spoiler alert, his arm falling off and continuing to fire machine gun bullets. I want to know as much information about that as you can give me.
That was a whole afternoon.
What a movie you made, man.
You,
made.
sir, are a maestro. In fact, I'm going to put you on hold right now. We've got many more questions. Yes, sir. What a movie you've made. Just stay on hold there. We're going to come back because, yes, we need answers to Carl Weathers' arm falling off. And then it became, a bit of a typecast. He lost his arm again in a golf movie, but you understand.
We haven't even gotten to the questions about Die Hard, and those are coming too.
That's right.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Sonny slept over?
Rest in peace. That's our boy.
I mean, that's our guy.
boy.
That's our guy. Whether he rappels down a building or not with underwear on his head, that's our guy.